What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today is the first day as a full-time real estate investor for me, and I prepared about 3 years ago in the event I need to leave my job or I was ready to leave for this day. So it's no surprise, I'm happier than ever. Anyways, I'm going to show you high level what I did to prepare a couple years ago in the event I needed to leave my job or something XYZ, but really I just needed the additional income. So I'm going to just quickly show you high level the mind work and frameworks I put in place to leave the job. So I'm going to take you guys to a whiteboard. See you there. All right, guys, we're here at the whiteboard, as you can see. So I broke it down to 4 steps and I'm gonna just take you through them, all right? So the first one I did was you gotta decide to go all in. So after watching some videos and learning about wholesaling and just learning about real estate in general, I initially hated real estate. My dad was a buy home investor and I thought, who would ever wanna do this? You have to clean up these houses after tenants leave, they trash the house. That is horrible, I'll never get into real estate. But anyways, I learned about wholesaling real estate and it made so much sense to me. So anyways, you have to decide to go all in. And when I say all in, you have to decide what you're gonna sacrifice. Is it your sleep? Is it your, you have to sacrifice something. It's gonna be time with extended family. It could be time playing video games, time playing sports with friends. You only have 24 hours in a day, 8 hours you're sleeping, so you're left with 16 hours, right? And if you track it, what are you doing through those 16 hours, right? Is it effective? Is it gonna change your life? And potentially gonna change your life in a year, 2 years, right? For the better of you and your family. So you have to decide to go all in and study before you even choose this path, because it gets very hard and it also gets lonely. And then step 2, you have to choose a marketing channel. So once you've already watched all these videos on YouTube and it clicks, it makes sense, this is what you want to do, you're ready to go all in. Step 2, you got to choose a marketing channel, right? There's many marketing channels in wholesale and real estate. Everything works. So my advice to you would be to pick one, because some are more expensive, some are cheaper, but you're either going to pay for speed or you're going to pay for convenience, right? So when I say speed and convenience, I'll give you an example. So I was working a full-time job, right? I cannot cold call all day and randomly talk to sellers as soon as like a live transfer, as soon as a cold caller generates a seller on the phone. I can't do that. So I had to go the more expensive route, build a website, and the form, the seller fills out this long form. So I have all the questions, and then after that, we schedule a call. That's how I made it work. So I could schedule it on my commute to work or my commute after work or when I got home from work. So that's how it worked out for me the first 2 years I was doing this. And it's very important to just choose one marketing channel because you need to really deeply understand what you're doing. A lot of people, they'll do cold calling 1 month, texting the next, and then mail, and then they say this doesn't work. The reason why is they're not giving it long enough chance. They're not even trying to study what works in this marketing channel. Every single marketing channel has a nuance, and your job as to why you're getting paid the big bucks is to figure out why what you're doing works in that marketing channel. Now, once you've decided to go all in, once you've chose your marketing channel, the next thing is to go broad, then niche down. Don't just go into a niche just because you saw on YouTube or you saw this person make this much money. You're like, I'm gonna do that too. It may not work well for you. And I've seen it time and time again. People try to copy me, go into fire damage, and then they quit after a month because they see it's actually a lot harder than it looks, right? But anyways, how I started was I went broad. So I created a website. It wasn't a niche website, right? It wasn't a niche business. So it was just pretty much looking for homeowners that wanted to sell their house fast. So the reason I went broad is because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't really even know what I was doing. But anyways, I dealt with subject to, I dealt with land, I dealt with probate, and then I dealt with fire damage. And I'm sure I dealt with some commercial stuff. Anyways, out of all of those, I made money with the fire damage, but not because the fire damage was any easier. It was actually a lot harder and took a lot more time than I thought to work the deal. And I had partners on it and we were all just like burnt out. But with that niche, I realized like my personality, like I don't care how long it's gonna take. I'm gonna be there for the seller. Even if the homeowner doesn't ultimately want to sell, just being available to talk to them, to help them get on their feet or giving them advice, and from experience and the research I've done, it goes beyond the real estate. It's just being that solution and being available for them in that moment, because I'm an empathetic person, so I can feel their emotions. So I just really care about them more than the real estate. So it worked for me. So I was willing to take 2-3 months to get a deal and make $0. On the first deal I ever did in real estate, I made no money. If anything, I lost money because I had like 10K already invested and I made no money, but I was super happy. That was the hardest deal I had to do, but I was super happy because she actually trusted me to get the deal to the finish line. And the last thing is study daily to become an expert. So becoming an expert means now you're ready to take on more risk and move on from being a wholesaler to a real estate investor. So in wholesaling, you're strictly just doing marketing to get the sellers and you're marketing to get the buyers, right? As an investor, you're actually taking risk and purchasing the property. So started studying daily, going deep into the niche, understanding why fires happen, what you need to do after a fire, what the city requires of you, what happens if your neighbor's house also gets touched by the fire that your house started, all these random things. And I was just so interested and just curious. And it helped with getting on these calls with sellers because I knew exactly what I was talking about and I knew how to guide them beyond, hey, do you want to sell your house? So they felt there was no push or forcing them to sell. So instead, they felt like I was a subject matter expert and I actually cared to help them in making the best decision for them. So this not only helped me help the seller, but this helped me grow my career in real estate and becoming a real estate investor with the end goal of flipping houses, fire damage properties to the end user. So whatever niche you choose, right? The end goal is to take on that risk so you can reap more of the benefit. So you don't have to split it with a cash buyer, but you understand the real estate, you understand the niche, and you understand what it takes to flip it to the end user, which is going to be the homeowner. So these are just a few things I did. This is just high level, just thinking, a few things I did in preparation to just really build a side hustle that yielded a lot more in revenue than I was making at my job. That made it make sense. So I wasn't really burning out and wasting a lot of time, let's say making a couple $100s a month. And this was ultimately able to produce for me about each year, high 6 figures into the 7 figures. A lot of things do go wrong, so don't think it was like easy peasy. Deals fall through, haters try to bash your company name to steal deals from you. Other wholesale companies will do some shady contractual stuff, telling the sellers they can go with them and they'll cloud title and they steal your deal. So a lot of deals fall through. Some sellers don't even own the property and they're trying to sell what's not theirs, and it just creates whole messes. So a lot of deals for us fell through, but we just stay focused, man. We're not chasing money. Haters, all these stuff, like people are gonna hate, problems are gonna come, but your job, you're really an engineer full time because you're trying to engineer how to solve these problems that come up. And that's what I was doing through this journey. I did build a team of about 3, just a small team, and we're really trying to build a lifestyle business, and that's what we did. It worked out for me. And in this channel, I'm going to show you some other niches that people have built 7-figure businesses in, and it's created a lifestyle that's just very different. It creates a lifestyle that, I don't know about you, but I want that time freedom, that flexibility, and that like I don't feel the pressure of an employer breathing over my neck. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Any questions you have, please leave it in the comments. If you want to chat with me a bit, the link's in the comments. If you have any questions, you can ask publicly. Others might have the same questions, but through this journey, I'll slowly show you guys how I built what I built, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, signing out. Peace.